Hello and welcome to the Main Protagonist podcast. My name is Casper and I am the main protagonist. And this is that one fucking enemy in a video game whose attack pattern you can never dodge.
Aha, I'm the dancer of the Boreal Valley.
I was thinking about the Medusa heads from Castlevania 1, but valid. Oh man, that boss is... Oh, wow. I haven't replayed Dark Souls 3 in a long time, and that's one of the main reasons, I think.
Fair enough.
But I believe that besides your whole role as an enemy, your name is Petri or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, something like
I'm
that.
somewhere, I'm buried in the bestiary somewhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And how are you doing all the way down there?
All the way down on the lowest rung. I'm pretty good.
All right. Well, that's evident by the fact that this place is actually clean for once. The Main Protagonist podcast recording studio.
How dare you out me like this? It's always clean.
People do not believe what you see on the camera. If you could have full 360 view, I would...
As he said, slapping the mic.
You would see that this place is a mess.
Oh,
Sometimes.
man. Sometimes.
Not now.
So, yeah. How have you been doing? Oh, no.
Well, the world has probably caught up to a little something known as the Log4j vulnerability.
Kek.
And I am in an IT security role, so that was absolute joy this week.
Yeah, I'm going to have some issues with that too next week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, on that note, good that you mentioned it. Holy shit, I almost forgot. Hey, ramble something together for a second. I don't know where I left my bag.
Okay. Well, I've got a new job and I'm in charge of IT and everything surrounding IT. So I have to get new hardware together, and the vulnerabilities are fun to keep in mind. So you have whatever you were looking for. This is no good, is it?
It is good. It is good. I hope. Well, since you have a new job, I went down to my local liquor store and got something that seemed very Petri-like.
Hell yeah. Zuidam oude Genever.
I believe you once mentioned that this is the good stuff.
This is very much so the good stuff.
This is under the one condition that during the site podcast that I'll get at least a little sippy to try, because I'm curious.
Yes, of course.
Congratulations on the new job.
Woo!
Have fun fixing Log4j.
Yes, that's at least have a good laptop to work with.
Well, we also have something to explain, because we have been absent for longer than we usually would.
Yeah, about 2 months.
Yeah, oof. Well, you'd almost think that we were in another country, which we were.
And we were. Yeah, we were in Germany.
Yes, to do some anime shopping. Exactly one anime, which is It's My Santa.
That's not the reason we went. Don't make him believe it.
Okay, fine. We didn't specifically go for the anime.
No, it was a planned vacation trip thing. It was a work week, so 5 days about-ish.
Yeah, a few days in Berlin, a few days in Hamburg. We
Yep.
kind of teased it last time we recorded. What would you say between the two cities that we went to, both of them? What was the one thing you enjoyed the most, and what was the thing you were disappointed with the most?
Enjoying the most.
In Berlin.
Getting to sleep in a bed that's not absolute fucking horseshit in Berlin.
Okay. I would have said that the best thing in Berlin, kind of shallow, I have to admit, because we did so many interesting things and we saw so many important locales. Would still be that we went to Ushido, the Wagyu restaurant.
Yes, we ate some Wagyu at Ushido. And this time I had the mind to reserve in advance, so that we actually got in. It was absolutely fucking delicious. That was the good stuff.
€60 for a few little bits of meat, but holy shit, it's worth it.
Yeah, that's the middling price. The expensive set was 77, I believe, and we got a pretty good set there. Well, I always like the Firmsturm, the TV tower in the middle of Berlin. That's always very fun. The thing that I actually fucking hated, getting ill as shit because of the horrible weather in Hamburg.
Yeah, getting sick, especially when we still had to go back. That
Yes.
was,
That was slightly worrying.
I'd actually say that my biggest disappointment, especially in Hamburg,
Yeah, I know where this is going.
would be the Reeperbahn.
Yes.
We teased it on the last podcast that we wanted to go there. At least you specifically said that we were going to go there, and I was like, oh man. And then we went there, and there's like I found 2 actual like places that were still open. Everything is boarded up. Everything is
It's very how to say politely,
decrepit,
ghetto-like. I mean, we actually walked around the back streets too, and we literally saw a dude trying to steal a car, and when he couldn't get into the car, he pissed on the car. What kind of petty vengeance is this? I can't steal your car, I'll piss on it.
Yeah, wonderful neighborhood.
Yeah, otherwise I had a lot of fun. But I usually do in Berlin.
Yeah.
Hamburg was fun too. After my phone started working, it wasn't raining and the wind wasn't blowing everything apart.
Man. Yeah, the first night that we arrived in Hamburg, we tried to do some shopping and then we had to go back. And then we ran into the problem that you didn't have the local maps downloaded.
Yeah.
So your compass didn't work.
Yeah, my 4G generally doesn't want to play nice in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
It works usually after a few restarts. This was not one of the times it wanted to work, so we were just aimlessly walking around at some point. And the most annoying part was the map was saying, yeah, you need to walk 20 minutes this way. I'm looking at the map. We can literally take a right and we're at the hotel. What the fuck is it talking about? It wanted us to walk entirely around the block.
Yeah, but then you used the phone to figure out what like fucking tram route we had to take, and it dropped us off in like the next station over from where we had to be. And we had to walk back through the cold wind, like the rain that just slaps you in the face. We got so sick.
The wind was absolutely fucking relentless. Yeah, we both. You were a bit ill a bit earlier than me, but it hit me harder on the way back.
I was already having a sore throat when we were in Berlin.
Yeah.
And then when we got to, like, in the train to Hamburg, I started getting, like, coughing fits and such.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, God, fuck, shit, fuck.
Well, your coughing fits are cute, 2 little coughs, and you're done. When I get coughing fits, I break my own ribs because I have osteoporosis. So I was very happy that I didn't get any coughing fits.
Yeah, at one point, we were in this restaurant in, not even a restaurant, just a very tiny, like, what was it, bubble tea place?
Yeah.
That also sold takoyaki.
Yeah.
And I was trying to keep in my coughing fits. It was like, a tear.
Tear and entirely fucking tomato paste.
Because I was so desperate not to cough, because it was so tiny.
Yeah.
Fortunately, returned home, did not have corona.
No, neither of us. Also, one of the fun little things, because we went by train, so we had reservations and all that. And most of it went smoothly, except for the way back from Hamburg. Oh yeah, you're in carriage 12. We look at carriage 12, there's no light on. Well, this is suspicious. We went in from carriage 14, walked back to carriage 12. Literally, one of the train personnel walks by us like, fuck you, we're not telling you anything. We're trying to get into our cabin. There's no heating or anything. Well, fuck it. I guess this cabin is out of commission. We're going to 14 and sit there, I suppose.
Yeah, well, we didn't get into any trouble. There was also kind of the risk that on the way back, that our little... Like, we had this little train room space.
Yeah,
like
we had a
seats.
saloon.
Saloon, that's what it's called. And there was one other person booked to be there. And you're like, oh man, we just want to watch Dragon Ball. We want to put it like this and then watch Dragon Ball and be noisy and bastards and eat.
And they never came.
Yeah, they never came. So we just had the whole saloon to ourselves and just did that plan. Nice.
Yeah, that was actually pretty nice. I like the saloons in the German trains. They are pretty luxurious, and you have all the room in the world.
Oh, but we watched an ungodly amount of fucking Dragon Ball, like 66 episodes.
66 episodes in 5 days-ish.
Yeah, that is absurd.
Or by our standards, it is. I mean, how long did we take for Moomin?
Months. We did months.
I think more of it than a year for Moomin.
Yeah.
That's 51 episodes.
But that's the thing. You're not always in the mood to watch fucking Moomins.
No, fair.
And Dragon Ball is just so... it's just so digestible.
Yeah. it's pretty easy to watch.
Yeah, we're watching Dragon Ball Kai, I should specify.
Yeah, we're going to get back to that a little bit later.
All right.
Because I had some thoughts on that either way.
But now that we're back from Germany, like the next thing that's coming up, of course. Well, we've had Sinterklaas and such. But now it's Christmas is coming up next week. Oh my god, it's approaching.
Yes.
It's encroaching.
The end of year, it's coming. The end times, no. So, anything planned for Christmas?
Just the usual family dinners.
Well, I suppose I had that on first Christmas Day, but then again, I don't have family. Yeah. The end.
I was about to say, I don't want to flex, but family dinners.
Well, he says flexing.
Yeah.
No, second Christmas Day, I have friends over for gourmet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Netherlands was just put on the new lockdown restrictions, but they specifically allow you to have like a little bit more wiggle room for Christmas
and New Year.
And New Year as well?
Yeah,
nice.
I find it a bit weird. Okay, there's a maximum of 2 persons that you may get into your home. On the street, you may only be with 2 people. But around Christmas and New Year, Corona stops. You can get 4.
Corona's taking a break.
Yeah.
No, but I do think that's valuable because especially for people like you who live like in different cities on your own.
No,
like,
I definitely appreciate, but it's still weird. At least I'm very happy we didn't get oh shit, what's the word? A night clock.
Yeah.
Lockdown. Curfew. Thank you. We didn't get curfew because that would have messed up my by a lot of things, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you can't go anywhere.
No.
Like, I probably wouldn't have been able to visit.
No, that's true too.
I was about to ask, is it fucking up?
No. It's supposed to adjust to my screen, but it didn't. So now I see the things I need to see.
All right. Well, for me, Christmas rituals are kind of simple. It's really just family dinner, and we usually invite somebody over. Like on the first day, we have our grandparents and family friend who lives alone since her husband passed away.
Yes.
And on the second day, it's just my family plus my stepfather.
Okay, fair enough.
So that is pretty simple, but that's what Christmas is about. Oh, you're going to put it front and center?
Yeah. It's just present. It should be.
Don't you want to put Goku next to it? Oh no, the cables are running through him. We can't move
it
Goku.
Ain't Goku!
I can't see from here, you fuck.
It ain't Goku, buddy.
Okay, I take your word on it. We're not that far yet, apparently.
Well,
it's not Vegeta.
No. This is. Do I tell you?
Don't tell me anything.
Okay, he's from Future Trunks' timeline. But Christmas is pretty tame this year for me. First day is probably boring as hell. Maybe Robin will come over because his parents got corona. And Robin is like, hell no, I ain't putting up with this shit. So maybe he'll come over. Yeah, very smart boy. I also said it to him because if they don't show you that they're healed, don't go. Just don't. Not worth it. Especially with his mother. His mother is a bit of how do we say?
Anti-vax Karen.
Not a Karen, but very up there. There are UFOs and the government is secretly a pedophile ring. That kind of stuff. Sweet lady, though.
As a government, I disagree with this.
As a government, you're the entirety of a government. What is your country's name? What is your sovereign state?
Sovereign state of the Pran.
Fair enough. So yeah, anything planned with New Year's?
No, not at all, actually. At first, it seemed like it would be kind of lonely. Because originally, I lived with 2 people. One of them had to work, and the other was planning a party that I was distinctly not invited to. So I would have to be banished upstairs. So,
if you don't have anything to do, my home is open.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But the party didn't go through, and the work schedule got changed up, so we're all together.
Okay.
And now we're having a party that I am invited to.
And perhaps Edge is coming over here.
Ah, sweet.
So that would be sweet.
I would strangle him for the crimes of the Media Markt. Who are still keeping my coffee machine hostage.
Yeah, that's a beautiful story too.
We don't have time for that now.
Fair enough. And your laptop is also still in reparations.
Yep, also still. I'm still borrowing this thing.
Yes. Thing?
It's a Surface, right? Surface Pro?
Surface Book.
Surface Book.
Yes.
All right.
And my laptop is also still in repairs, but that will take significantly longer. God damn it. Okay, the very short version of that, because I just want to vent about it.
Go ahead.
It's a GPD Win Max. It's a small gaming laptop. It's not really a gaming processor. Doesn't matter. It's small. It's handy. I take it everywhere, but they had a new Indiegogo campaign, which you could get a new motherboard. So the motherboard came in, and I tried to connect the battery, but the battery connector on the motherboard was crooked, and I didn't see that. So I pushed in the connector, which is just a friction connector, so you don't feel if anything is wrong in there. So I just pushed it in, and I broke off one of the battery pins, which in turn broke the connector itself. So I was like, well, shit, it's broken. I have to send it back. So I go to PostNL, our local postage company, and said it's back to Hong Kong. I paid fucking 40 euros for this service, and they took a whole month and a half to get there. On top of that, their track and trace software gives more information in certain languages. As in Dutch, it told me it was still in the Netherlands. Well, I was looking on the English version of the website. Oh yeah, we're all the way to China. Well, thanks. Then it got there, and then the dude, the support dude I was in contact with, told me, well, slight problem. We need to send it back to Shenzhen from Hong Kong. Okay, that's not an issue. Yeah, but we have to do it by ship. Okay, still not an issue in my mind. Yeah, we can only ship once a month, and only on the 1st of the month. Okay, it's the 3rd of December. That's a problem. So you're sending it on in January. Fuck no, we don't ship in January. So we're shipping it in fucking February. Then we're going to fix it, probably send it back to the other office. So we're in March now. And then it gets sent back my way, which only takes 4 days, by the way.
Yeah, this is significant because you really do take that GPD everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's our default anime watching machine when you're visiting my place.
Yeah, I take it everywhere. It's a very convenient little thing. It actually has a pretty well-sized keyboard, so you can actually type on it.
Yeah,
I fucking
actually
love the thing.
contemplated getting one of those at one point because I was just so impressed with it.
Yeah, they're lovely. The new one is actually even more impressive, the Pocket 3. That's it doesn't have the gaming controls, but it has a built-in KVM. So you can actually use it as an actual system administrator.
Nice.
It also has HDMI in, so you can actually connect servers to it. And you can use the keyboard that's built in for the server. Very convenient. You can also switch that port out with a serial port and all that stuff. Prime. Actually good.
It sounds really good, but I still have a backlog of expensive things I need to buy. Because I also still need a RetroTink.
Yes.
That I still have not bought.
No, distinctly not.
I really should get to that. I want to finish Hype the Time Quest.
Oh god.
Yes, too.
Yeah, just to be clear, that's a scaler for the TV because he has a new 4K TV, and that doesn't do any standard definition stuff. So all his consoles are useless dust balls right now.
Oh, I made my old laptop incredibly sad by running Yakuza 0 in 4K.
Oh Christ! You actually tried to run that at full res.
It ran it full res, all the settings Oh, the thing made so much noise.
And it probably played at a solid 5 FPS.
No, it worked decently well, 30.
Okay, did not
I
expect.
am super impressed.
Yeah, did not expect that.
That was what do you call it again? Like a swan song?
Yes.
For the thing?
Or a dying gasp. Either or.
But what? All right. But have you been reading and or watching anything? Because I remember that you said that you were gonna rush something real quick.
Yeah, I was doing that, and then I remembered, wait, holy shit, I have already watched it has been 2 months. I have watched some stuff, so I kind of dropped that idea and just finished what I was watching.
All right.
First off, since it's in universe for the podcast.
Oh, in universe.
Yes.
Well.
We talked about the trailer for Cowboy Bebop. and for the live adaptation.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I put myself to the torture because I saw the news article. I don't know if you saw it. It was instantly cancelled after the first season went live.
Yeah, I saw Steve Blum blow up about it on Twitter.
Yeah, I have watched the first episode, so maybe the rest of the show gets worse or better. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't have the time to watch the entire season. But from what I've seen, they're trying to copy the show one for one.
All right.
Which is not a good idea with a live-action show if you're going from anime. It doesn't work out in their favor.
No.
The serious moments get very played off as quirky and B-tier. As in, I'm not even sure the actors are bad. It's just that the directing is so horrid. I mean, seriously, Vicious. I mean, his name is Vicious. That's already kind of a joke. But he acts literally like a 14-year-old edgelord. Oh, he's in class. Timmy, close your laptop. I will not. Your neck will be sliced if you come here. Literally how he acts.
I appreciate the disgusted look on your face there.
Yes. Oh, it's so bad. And the humor is okay at best. And I gotta say, the only one with actual comedic timing is the actress that plays Faye.
Oh, yeah.
Because every joke before that, I was just like, yeah, it's okay. The timing is a bit off, or it's not actually that funny. The only time I actually laughed was when Faye was on screen. She was actually pretty funny. The fight scenes, the choreography was horseshit. I could have made it better. I mean, it's the most defaulty-ass fights that you could ever see, and everything is so telegraphed.
I find it funny that you mention it because Steve Blum on Twitter was like, well, you make a show then. And that sounds like you're willing to take him up on that.
I mean, the choreography, I'm up for that. I can literally make that better. Because, seriously, Shakir, which is the actor for Bebop, was literally looking half the time at the moves that were not there yet. Oh, he's going to punch me left. Already looking there. Standing ready. It was pretty bad. As I said, the humor was okay, but the acting for the serious part was fucking horrid.
In line with the main protagonist podcast canon, I do believe that I said that it seemed to me like a adaptation of Cowboy Bebop for a new, younger generation. Because Netflix usually makes shows that are more geared towards young viewers.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even agree with that strictly.
No, that's what I was going to ask. Do you...
Yeah, no, it's, as I said, it's trying to copy it one for one. But make it slightly, it's a weird one in that regard because it definitely tones the cussing down a bit.
Okay.
But it's still pretty vulgar. The humor is kind of out there.
Yeah, but if you look at a lot of Netflix shows,
fair.
Like
Most of it is
even for teenagers, like cussing, and there's a lot of sex in there.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely none of that.
No, I didn't expect that for Cowboy Bebop, but like it's not. Like, maturity is not really in the explicit acts. It is, like, in the tone, in the...
Yeah, it's very edgelord.
Yeah.
It definitely feels... like when you're watching Death Note. That's how it feels. You're 14, you think this is the coolest shit ever, and you don't see any issue with it. That's the encapsulation of the new Cowboy Bebop adaptation.
Yeah, there's that hits home for... a 14-year-old, I think, who started collecting anime specifically because of Death Note.
Fair enough.
Was it 14? I don't even fucking remember. I can't do the math now.
I have to say, the props and the CG, though, were very good.
Yeah, like good set design.
But then again, I have to add that they seem to have the priorities wrong.
Yeah.
As in, the CG and the props were beautiful, the choreography was kind of out there, and the directing was just bad, honestly. So, yeah... a bit sad in that regard, but it's not the worst I've ever seen.
All right. Well, modest.
Yeah. The church is interrupting us again.
Hello, Christianity, my old friend.
Well, I've watched some Jujutsu Kaisen too.
You already mentioned that you were watching that.
Yes, but I finished it.
No, you finished it. You were pretty damn excited about it last time.
Yes, and I still am.
Nice.
If I had to encapsulate it in a few short sentences... Fate has to take notes from Mappa this time because goddamn this animation and fight scenes were... Fate has nothing on it. It was insane.
Damn.
It was really good.
And I take it you mean like Ufotable
Yes.
era fate. Yeah.
Yes. Ufotable has to take notes because this is just insane. Even Demon Slayer and such don't even come close. Yeah, it's just a short recap. It's about Yuji Itadori, who is living the standard high school life, just fucking around, not wanting to do anything, actually. And, well, he's just a little bit physically gifted. There's nothing to look under there, because there's just this comedy bit that he needs to join the sports team, and he doesn't want to. And then the coach challenges him, and he actually obliterates him. Pretty funny. But then the Jujutsu sorcerers come to his school because they are looking for something, and he gets tangled up in that. It does take from other shonen, but not blatantly as, let's say, Black Clover. Because Black Clover, literally within the first 2 episodes, I'm like, this is from Bleach. This is a set piece from Naruto. This is some Dragon Ball bullshit. I mean... Jujutsu Kaisen still takes takes from Naruto, because he is cursed with a demon, which will probably cooperate with him if necessary.
Mutual self-preservation.
Yeah, kinda. He can preserve himself plenty. I really like the storytelling and the animation. The animation may even make my glasses a bit tinted.
Ooh,
because
you don't even have glasses.
No, exactly. No, the story is fine, but I don't think it's that special. But just thinking about how awesome the series is with everything else kind of makes me forget about the story.
I have heard a lot of good things about the show. That is...
Yeah. And if I had to point out a favorite character, it's definitely Todo Aoi. The fucker is nuts. Literally, his first the entrance in the show is like, "What kind of women do you like?" Well, answer me.
Men?
Wrong! Weak! That's a weak answer. We can't be friends. I'll kill you now. Literally, the Yuji appears. "What kind of woman do you like?" "I like a tall woman with a big ass." "We're brothers!" And he starts to entirely make up a story of how they know each other for years in his head, and he keeps playing that out. It's amazing. The dude is nuts. I love him. So yeah, that's Jujutsu Kaisen very short. Just to have the Patrick text on top of there. The first opening is fine. The second opening is better. The endings are fine too.
I'm gonna pull one of those in a bit. When you're done.
Oh dearie.
Is there anything else you've seen, watched, read?
Well, I've seen 2 more shows, but let's intertwine that with what you've watched. Because else it's getting the Patrick show. Yeah, I know what you watch, but you tell them.
Oh, I finished on the insistence of the AnyList moderation team. I finished Symphogear, which is the 5 seasons.
The Wixos stuff, right?
I think it kind of looks like that. I haven't engaged with Wixos at all, but it's a sci-fi magical girl kind of show about a group of girls who are part of a special ops unit that has to fight against these monsters that can only be defeated by their weapons.
Okay.
And their equipment is powered by song, by music, so they sing while they fight. And that's really the appeal, because you got like Yuki in there, like big name voice actresses who also have musical careers.
Yui Horie, probably somewhere.
Not sure anymore, but getting to see those like chop up monsters while singing, it's like good spectacle. They also have just entire concepts in the show, which is really cool.
It sounds absolutely fucking dumb, though.
It is,
because I've seen nothing, and I'm just imagining them singing Pre-Parade while slicing monsters up.
Some of the songs are super cheesy and stupid, but then they make it look so cool. But it really benefits also from like intense action. It's surprisingly gory. Like the first episodes, they're throwing a concert and the monsters appear and they just butcher like all the children, and it's like a children/young teen concert. All the kids get fucking murdered.
Oh yeah, this sounds like a contrasting tone.
Yeah, it has a lot. It has some edgy moments in there. It is very gratuitous. Has some really stupid action scenes, like this one dude that gets like somebody fires like a barrage of rockets at him. And he just catches the rockets out of the air, throws them back. It has a lot of stupid shit in there, but like the most stupid part of it, and the stupid part that I couldn't appreciate was the story.
Yeah.
Like, if I were to describe it, imagine the writer. The writer is a classic conspiracy theorist.
Oh no.
He has just recently attended a crash course in mythology and theology, and he didn't realize those were two different things. That's kind of the tone of the story you're going for.
Oh no.
Like season 4 is about the Illuminati who are trying to take revenge for the Tower of Babel.
Oh, this sounds absolutely horrid.
It's yeah, it just gets completely tangled up in like references to the religion and the different pieces of mythology from entirely different cultures, and that gets mixed in with all these conspiracies and nonsense.
Yeah.
The story gets completely unfollowable unless you really care a lot about it, which I distinctly did not.
Fair. Very fair.
Yeah, so I just, especially towards season 5, I'm like, damn, this looks good. Damn, I like the relations between the actual characters, because that is something you can get invested in. Not paying attention to any story bit anymore. I don't even care.
Fair enough. I have watched some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean.
Oh, that's a new season, right?
Yes. Which, weirdly enough, I mean, it's funded by Netflix, so it ain't that weird. But, yeah.
All right.
The first half season just got dropped on Netflix in its entirety. So we had 12 episodes to watch instantly, which was nice. The opening is absolutely a banger. The song, I mean. Because it's done by Ichigo from Kishida Kyodan and the Akaboshi Rockets.
Cool.
You should know them from the opening from High School of the Dead.
Yeah, I know Akaboshi Rocket.
Yes. They have done the opening. It's absolutely gorgeous. The animation is gorgeous and the song is good. The ending in JoJo fashion is just an old-timey American song. So
I'm trying to remember like your general take on the JoJo Bizarre Adventure series, because you've been kind of about it, especially when I asked if you recommend it to me.
Yes, I'm going to get to that, because the ending is Distant Dreamer by Duffy. So it's always such a contrast when you go to watch and you're just, everything's Japanese. And then the ending starts playing in perfect fluent English. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that's the thing they do. Yeah, it's the first part of a multi-part season. Probably it's going to get 3 parts, if I were to guess. Yeah, I've been on and off on JoJo. The first 3 seasons are okay. I'm not particularly fond of the animation style. And Araki has this very weird thing of overblowing situations enormously, and it can be funny at some parts, parts.
From what I gather from like the memes that I am involuntarily subjected to, like the campiness of like the overblown drama of everything, that's kind of like the selling point that a lot of people see.
Yeah, but in the first few seasons it's fun because of Joseph. Joseph just overacts to it to a certain degree, because he the oh my gosh, oh my goodness, that kind of campiness, and I'm entirely okay with that. But then you get season 5 and to a certain extent season 6 too, Stone Ocean, which is the part which I hated the most. In episode 9 it's just about literally a game of catch, and it's life or death catch. It's not interesting. It's so overblown and they react to it so genuinely that it's just like, at least veil it in some way, because there's so much stupid shit in anime that does this, but it's usually veiled in some sort of way. Dragon Ball, giving the example of Dragon Ball, it's just playing hide and seek with inanimate objects. If we're going to put it down like that.
You could very much simplify it like that, yeah.
Yeah, but JoJo's doesn't even do that in this regard. We're going to play a game of catch, and I'm going to harvest your organs if you fail. Okay, Jesus. It feels so forced and weird and nonsensical. But yeah, I really love season 4. Season 4 is just straight up a very good mystery show with very nice colors, very nice animation. That one is lovely. Season 5 went so much over the railing that I didn't care for it. After 14 episodes, I think, I couldn't get myself to finish that.
Okay, and what you're now watching is season 6.
Yes.
Okay.
And season 6 has the same director as season 4, so that makes sense.
Return to goodness.
Yes, I do have to say that JoJo is very good at just touching taboo subjects with no care, but or I should say with care, but not tiptoeing around it.
Mm-hmm.
Because literally the first episode starts with, I can't have the children marrying anymore. Why not? I masturbated and the guard saw me there in prison. And then you're like, wait, aren't you 14? It just doesn't tiptoe around it. It doesn't care. But yeah, I really like the show.
Slightly concerning.
Yeah, I mean, this was written in 2001, I want to say.
Yeah, because
Slightly later.
I remember like how confused I was when I watched the spin-off for Excel Saga, which is like Punipomi. So there's a stupid fucking magical girl show. There's like 2 OVAs. And there they reference JoJo. I'm like, how old is this fucking show?
Yeah, JoJo. Araki is a fucking madman. I think the show is, or the manga I should say, is originally from the 80s and it's still going. As in, part 8 just finished this year, and part 9 is in the planning. So it's pretty insane, actually. I really... the dude is just... keeps on going.
But a partnership with Netflix, no less.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty popular. All things considered.
Yeah, but after so many seasons to suddenly become like a next Netflix bitch is...
Well, the first few seasons were also kind of fueled by a lot of money. I have to say, and the first visual adaptation, I think, was the ONA of Stardust Crusaders, which that is ridiculous in its own sense. It doesn't have the campy humor, but it's still cheesy as shit. I use my stand to identify the fly in this picture, and I know this is an Egyptian fly, so we need to go to Egypt. No questions. Just go. Just go. That's where the original meme from comes from.
It would be very entertaining the way you described that. Like, oh, we gotta go to Egypt. This is an Egyptian fly. If there was just a fly and then there was an actual pyramid in the background or something.
Well, knowing JoJo, he was using a stand, looking at it. Also, Jotaro always stands like this, pointing at the fly. And you can zoom in on the fly, and you zoom in on its eye, and you see in the reflection of one of the hexagons in its eye that there's a pyramid. We need to go to Egypt, boy. That's the ridiculousness it goes for.
That's some CSI crime fighting.
Yes. Yeah, I'm very excited for the next few parts of Stone Ocean. I don't think we have a date of that coming anytime soon, but meh, I'll keep my eye on it. I'm enjoying what I've seen up till now.
Crossed.
Yes.
I'm also watching something that is still ongoing, semi-ongoing. 2 things, actually. First of all, I just finished the 2nd season of My Next Life as a Villainess. All roads lead to Doom. That's interesting. That's fun. I know that you are kind of about isekai, usually. This is pretty fun. This is about like a Japanese otaku schoolgirl who is killed, and she reincarnates as the very spoiled daughter of a duke, who is also the villain of a visual novel that she used to play.
Okay, straight up, that just sounds like the counterpart of Mushoku Tensei.
Maybe you described it, and I'm saying it, I'm seeing some parallels. Yeah, but it's a fucking isekai. You're always gonna get parallels.
Yeah, and I also just want to point out that I usually don't like the isekai, or I don't like the trope that everyone who gets isekai needs to die.
Yeah,
they can't just be transported. Usually, they have to die.
No, that is something that you see in a lot of like retro isekai shows, like Escaflowne.
Digimon, they just get teleported.
Yeah, true. Digimon as well. A lot of old isekai OVAs also just don't have death. It just happens.
And Imaboku Soroiwa, or whatever the fuck its name is, now and then, here and again. I'm not sure what the fuck its name is. He also just gets transported. Also, just throwing it out there, if you want a realistic isekai, watch that. Yes, it's old. Holy shit, it's grim.
Yeah, I remember that I was really turned off by the main character, but
I mean, that's literally only the first 5 minutes of the show.
you keep insisting that I should give it another chance, so maybe I will.
Yeah.
But my next life as villainess is kind of interesting that because she remembers her life as an otaku, and it's like, fuck, I'm the villain of that story. Fuck, the villain dies.
Yes.
And she becomes obsessed with changing her destiny and trying to figure out how to untangle the story, do things differently so that she gets to live.
Yeah.
And from there, it kind of turns into a reverse harem because she starts being nice. She starts repairing her relationships with characters. And then it gets kind of really weird because the actual romance story that should be unfolding around the main character starts kind of forming around her instead.
Yeah.
But it's a really interesting story. It also manages throughout season 1 to keep that tension going because events, even if she's doing her best, events still seem to go according to the story sometimes.
Yeah.
Like some things are just predetermined to happen to her.
Yeah, fair enough.
Season 2 was fun, but everything is like the core of the story. The whole, I gotta avert my own death. That gets kind of wrapped up in season 1, and season 2 is just, I did this, and now there's additional adventures, but it no longer has that basis of like her figuring things out based on her knowledge of the game, because now it's transcending beyond the game. So it's really just fantasy fun times, and that's fine. But
it pulls a bit of an overlord.
It gets overextended beyond the point where it's actually fun.
Yeah,
meaningful.
Exactly. Well, we've watched some Dragon Ball Kai, to be precise.
Wow. We watched a tiny bit of Dragon Ball Kai.
Only 66 episodes, it's fine.
It helps me. You have 8-hour train rides.
Yes. I just want to add that you're literally the first person that I've ever consumed any Dragon Ball media with that hasn't seen anything connected to Dragon Ball, or at least not familiarized himself with anything connected to Dragon Ball Z.
True.
So it's very interesting to watch with you, because I'm just like, the obvious thing is going to happen, and you're just like, oh wow, I did not expect this. And I'm like, what do you mean you did not expect it? I've been growing up with this for 21 years, and you did not expect it.
For context, my only familiarity with Dragon Ball is that I had a random movie on VHS. I had a few episodes that I believe were the Namek Saga on VHS, and at one point I found a TV channel that had Dragon Ball on it, and I watched like 3 episodes of the Buu Saga.
Yes.
And that's all I did with that entire franchise.
Yeah, me on the other hand, we moved from a fucking village off in the countryside to a decently sized city. And then we suddenly got cable TV, and literally the first time I turned on my TV, it was the first episode of Dragon Ball Z in the first 2 minutes of the show. And I was just like, hooked. Autistic, ADHD, 6-year-old Patreon is the little lazy boy. Violence.
Violence.
And thus I became an anime fan.
Doomed.
Yeah. So I've been in the show entangled in its entirely for 21 fucking years. My relationship with Dragon Ball is old enough to drink.
I think Dragon Ball Kai might be worth like a bonus episode when we actually finished it up.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
It's a little much to get into now.
Yeah, I just want to ask your general opinion up till now.
I posted something on AniList about it. I'm having fun. It's very digestible. It's really cool. The action scenes really pull through.
Yeah.
There are a few things like the Namek Saga I felt went on a little bit too long.
Even in Kai.
Even in Kai, yeah.
Yeah, just imagine watching the original show and just having 60, 70 episodes of this.
Yeah, like the whole Vegeta Saga, really solid stuff, really cool introduction. Then you get now with the Android stuff, really interesting, mystery, awesome. Namek Saga starts off really interesting when it's like this whole battle for the Dragon Balls, and they're all having different plans, and there's lots of things going on and moving at the same time.
Yeah.
And then it gets into the actual battle with Frieza, and it's just a constant loop of characters. Oh, but now you've done it. I was holding out on you. Now I'm gonna be 1% stronger.
Yes.
And then the other guy's like, oh, I was also holding out on you. I'll be 2% stronger.
Yeah, we're getting to the best story bits, in my opinion, now, because the Android saga really gets the intrigue going and actually gets you guessing about stuff, which is actually
exactly
very
what's
nice.
happening now, yeah.
Yeah, I really love that, and I really love watching it with you, because you're just like, ooh, nice, fun things.
Rewatching anime is fun, but I can imagine that's fun, getting that fresh reaction out of people.
Yeah, it gives me a new perspective too in that regard. Because I'm just like, yeah, that's logical. And then I'm like, wait, no, it's actually not. I just watched this for 21 years. I'm used to this. It's bullshit.
Well, one final thing that I am watching right now is that we're doing a group watch with some AnyList people for Shadow's House.
Yeah, you said that it worked marvelously on your end.
Yeah.
Just watching that.
I have no clue what's happening. Like, I've never had problems with VLC, and now we're watching this, and like after the first few seconds, the screen froze up and never unfroze of the first episode, and then every subsequent episode would crash VLC in a few seconds. I tried different anime, no problem. I tried re-downloading it, same
question.
problem.
Do you have to use VLC?
I tried installing something real quick that would be something else, but...
Use MPV. MPV.net. Look it up.
All right.
Don't go to the website MPV.net. That's not the correct thing. Just Google MPV.net.
All right. But we're almost done now, so it's...
Yeah, fair. But just in case a file ever doesn't work, MPV always works. You can throw that on a decrepit Apple I computer and it'll probably work.
Nice. But Shadow's House was kind of interesting at the start. It's about this little...
I just want to point out, this is a horror show, right?
This
horror
is
mystery.
Meant to be a horror mystery kind of show.
That's always the same, for me at least. It starts out with nice ideas, and then the horror just falls flat because anime with horror is just so fucking hard to do.
I get your point, but this is different, actually.
Oh no!
It has the horror vibe, but it doesn't actually go through on the horror much. It's really more about the mystery. It's about this little girl, Emiliko. She wakes up, and she's in this giant mansion, and all she knows is that she is a servant to a girl called Kate. And Kate is this little shadow girl. She's just all shadow. And everything she touches leaves behind soot. And there's this whole estate is filled with these shadow people who all have their own servants. And it starts kind of exploring the mystery of what this Shadow's house actually is, who these people are and why they're like this. The first few episodes do really good because you start getting all these questions, like there's implications, and you're starting to... We're watching it with a group of 3 people, so after every episode, it's like, oh yeah, I spotted that, and that could be meaningful, and this could explain why that happened earlier. Like, we're discussing things. Yeah. And now we're getting to the stage where it starts explaining, where it actually starts giving the answers, and the answers
are not very satisfying.
The answers are satisfying. The way they're given to you isn't fun. Like, there's this one bit after just a very intense arc, and you've got a lot of questions, and it just cuts to the villains of the story just sitting in a room, and one of them just goes, well, if you're so smart, then please explain our plan back to me.
Okay, I'm just going to interject and say this sounds a little bit too much like Umineko.
A little bit. It also has like the gaudy gold-red aesthetic of Umineko, so definitely parallels there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just get this 5-minute info dump of the character completely explaining the plot, explaining the lore, explaining the magic, explaining why the shadow people are like that, just all in one go.
I'm just going to bother and fuck off for a little bit less than a minute, because this fucking window is going to get closed. Okay. I hear this fucking crow and I'm getting nuts.
Yes.
But keep going.
Yes. So yeah, once it actually starts giving the answers, like the answers are interesting, but the way they're delivered are very unsatisfying and kind of kill the fun of following along with the mystery. And to kind of, now that we've gotten to that point, what we're noticing is that new questions are presented, but then they're just too quickly answered. It's something that we have come to call the Chekhov's quick draw. The moment something is established established, it immediately becomes relevant to the plot.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, so now that... Yeah, it's kind of killing the hype that we had in the early episodes. When we started, we were like, wow, this has potential to be an 8 or maybe even a 9. And now all three of us are like, yeah, this is starting to get a bit of 6.
Perhaps.
Yeah. There's especially this one scene where it has this habit of cutting away just when things are happening that you would really like to see explained. Like at one point, Emilico has to operate this giant crane.
Yeah.
To fix a problem, and it just cuts away, and then it cuts back, and she's on top of the crane running along it, and she jumps down, but then she's suddenly turned around, and in midair she does a whole bunch of things. This
Yeah.
all of us were like, wait,
what's going on?
We're noticing a lot of continuation errors, consistency problems like that.
Yeah.
It's a Cloverworks show too. I should have probably opened that. The reason I said that I was going to pull a Petri is that the ending song is done by Riona, who I believe you have described as sounding like she's actually on the verge of tears.
Yes, she looks like that too.
Yes.
Lovely voice though.
I looked up the song on Spotify.
Yeah.
I like the image that goes along with her. It's just her like,
Yes, it's always like she's almost crying.
Yeah, the song is really good. I'm gonna make you listen to it after this.
Oh, I probably heard it.
Yeah, probably.
I've listened to everything, Riona. I like Riona.
But shall we get to the news then?
Oh Christ, the news. Are you sure? I've seen the block and I don't like what I'm seeing.
Do we ever like the block?
Oh dear, this is like oh no, I'm not even going to go there.
We got some heavy things this time, no doubt.
Yeah, let me just start off with the first one then. Manga creator in Chara Maki Art unit found guilty of sexual assault on a minor.
Yeah.
Well, that starts off good.
Mm-hmm.
The manga creator is not called by name or anything.
No, but he's a 45-year-old man, and he was sentenced to 3 years in prison.
Yeah, suspended for 5 years. So, also known as he doesn't have to do shit as long as he doesn't diddle any more children. He gets out scot-free. He doesn't have to go to prison. If he behaves nicely for 5 years, he doesn't go to prison.
Yeah,
so.
he assaulted a female elementary school student. Now he has that suspended prison sentence.
Bit fucked.
Yeah, that is pretty fucked up. But Japan generally has this mentality of sexual assault, like, well, you seem fine now, so it can't be that bad, right?
And Japan has this weird system for just in general, you're guilty unless proven innocent.
Yeah, that's
true. When you get a conviction against you, there's almost no way to overturn it. You just have to deal with it. But he got off pretty nicely, I have to say. I think he's pumping his fist.
Yeah. Well, you say that. He is escaping prison. That much is true. But he did have his work turned against him.
I mean, yes, but the
Kodansha is pulling all of his work and suspending the storylines that he was working on.
I mean, as expected.
Yeah, that's to be expected. But hey, if the
in the grand scheme of things, he is scot-free.
Yeah, the justice system is not pulling its weight, but at least like they are making the decent move.
Yeah, I don't want to put too many words there, so let's just move on to the next one.
Yeah, which is regrettable. Overlord Season 4 video reveals premiere date. We're getting a Season 4 of Overlord, which we have here as well.
Chon-chon.
You'll notice that this is the limited edition set of Overlord Season 1.
Yeah, with actual gorgeous art on it, might I add.
Also the cards. There's postcards in there.
Ah, yes, I see.
I really loved Season 1. I really loved Season 1. But you'll notice that Season 2 and Season 3, I only have the standard Blu-rays.
Yeah, fair.
Especially Season 3 was an absolute catastrophe, and I have read up on what Season 4 will feature, and I am not interested at all.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it and probably be disappointed.
Yeah. like the show still has its followers and people who really like the kind of edge overlordy
Well,
tone that it's gone for. But I am distinctly out.
in my defense, I wanted to say, I just like power trip animation in general. So Overlord is kind of heaven in that regard, but story-wise, it gets very thin, very fast.
Yeah, and it's
Especially
only
since-
gonna get thinner.
Yeah, especially since the dude doesn't actually want to escape. He's just living a life. So yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but season 1 established this.
Oh yeah, they established a world, an actual story, but then they never follow through on
Yeah.
this story.
That is exactly my complaint. Like, the original premise is, oh, I'm trapped in this world. I am gonna live to make the name of my guild important and known, so that if my friends are out there, they will find me.
Yeah.
And he does that throughout season 1, and then not.
Yeah, exactly.
Just completely gets dropped. But yeah, I am not gonna bother with that anymore.
No. The next one was a weird one.
Yeah,
To
have you
read-
read up on this?
I haven't read up on it because I didn't have time. I had to set up the set.
Again, relevant.
Yeah, so I'm just... I just read the headline and I'm like, excuse me?
There's a lot of interesting context there.
Yeah, Love Hina creator Ken Akamatsu aims to run for Japan's legislature for next summer. Okay, interesting. I have no clue what position he hopes to hold, but that's the thing.
Yeah, let's read a bit of it live. Man creator Ken Akamatsu announced on Twitter on Thursday that he is aiming to run for the House of Councillors, the upper house of Japan's House of Representatives, as part of the Liberal Democratic Party next summer. His goal in running for Japan's legislature is to protect freedom of expression. Election chairman Toshika Endo confirmed Akamatsu's intention to run on December 9. The party is currently in the selection process. So, Ken Akamatsu, again, we have my Senta here. I think we're both fans of Love Hina. Like,
Yeah.
not intensely, but we both like the show quite a lot.
Yeah, and I like Negima too.
Yeah. I like AI Love You.
Okay.
It's a sci-fi romance story that's kind of like Chobits.
Yeah. No, I generally like his stuff.
Yeah, Ken Akamatsu is a very outspoken person. He's so I'm actually not entirely surprised that he went for this.
I mean, fair enough, but if we're going, I mean, I'm super outspoken too, but I have zero aspirations to push that upon other people.
Yeah.
So I don't think it goes hand in hand. But if he is actually a competent politician, I'd like to see it.
I don't know how competent he will prove to be. It could be that he just ends up being this one issue person because he is intense, like
the Pirates Party in the Netherlands.
he is, yeah, kind of. He is very, very involved with like freedom of expression.
Yeah.
Like when they have like little controversies and such, Ken Akamatsu is remarkably often the person they'll interview. He's of course had a few like hiccups of his own. If you look at Love Hina, for example, you have the character of Sue, and she is a non-specific
Sorry, let me add Banana Girl.
banana girl, Koala Sue, as
Yes.
the full name is, of unknown Middle Eastern, Indonesian descent. Nobody knows.
South Asian.
Yeah, but she is obsessed with militarism. She loves bananas. She climbs in trees.
She is tanned. She is tanned.
Every time there's a scene in her room, you hear monkey sounds. Like, he's been known to have a few things that are retroactively pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But he had talked about that quite a lot. Like, when asked if that's a problem, he says, well, sensibilities change.
Also,
disclaimer, but changing the work, like especially older work, that just gets impossible at one point.
Yeah, I just want to add there, because I'm just reading a bit through it here, that in June 2020 he made a comment to Abama Times, that The Simpsons should stop using white people to voice people of color. Bit ironic of him to say that.
I believe that quote was the other way around, actually.
Okay.
Like, The Simpsons was planning to stop using white people to voice.
On his thoughts. Yeah, fair enough.
And his comment was that, well, first of all, kind of directness in him that I appreciate is that his stance is kind of like, well, that's not really my problem. That's up for English producers to decide.
Yeah.
But that he considers choosing people based on their race as opposed to their skill as the actor goes against what's voice work should be about.
Yeah, I'm just in general about that with acting too, because there's always this outrage if a gay character gets played by a non-gay character, or characters get changed races. And I'm just like, this argument seems so dumb to me.
Yeah, it kind of goes both ways, right? Because
it should be about skill, not just about appeasing.
If you get a black actor for a role that was once like considered to be white, people freak out, and if you do what you say, then people on the other end of the political spectrum have a little fitty.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah, I like Kanakamatsu's like very pragmatic stance on the matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm curious to see if he'll make it.
Yeah, I think he has that exact issue you were talking about. I think he is going to be very focused, which is a problem in politics generally, because you can he may accomplish perhaps what he will do, but what will he do then? There's not much a plan of campaign there.
Yeah, that's something that I'm also curious about, because like if anything, Japan doesn't really have a problem with like freedom of expression. Like if you see the kind of
not they have freedom of expression is also a problem with copyright and such, because Japan has a very obvious big fucking issue with copyright.
True, that's true.
Because fair use is not a thing there, and there are just creators getting absolutely fucked by billion-dollar companies just for using a singular image.
Yeah.
Because are you aware of Totally Not Mark? He's a YouTube animator / drawer / critic and such of Dragon Ball, usually of shonen.
No, I haven't seen anything of his work then.
Okay, he has a small team of people actually under him. He has a company, and he got absolutely fucked by Toei. Most of his video, he makes sure that his videos are fully regulated under fair use. He is under fair use in every policy. Most of his stuff is actually self-made, so drawings he made himself, just inspired by Dragon Ball. Almost 3 years of his work just got entirely erased because Toei can just do that. Because YouTube has a very broken system in place for that. Because they could just claim his video as being their intellectual property, which disables all income on that video.
Yeah.
And then he has to appeal to it. But by that time, the most of the views of that video are already in.
Yeah.
So when he gets the video back, there's almost zero income from that video anymore. And he just said, as he said, 3 years of his work is entirely gone of his and his team. And now he just literally has no income. And he's trying to move on, but as he said, I'm not going to make any more Dragon Ball content. Because Dragon Ball Z Abridged has the same issue. I think they had 3 or 4 battles with Toei. And I think they even settled in court about it. Maybe not in court, but I know they settled. And Toei still struck their videos half the time. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's also a thing that should really be ironed out in Japan. Just the general use of promotional art and art in general.
Yeah. But what I meant with my statement is more generally talking about the kind of media that you see in Japan that's permissible in Japan.
Yeah, age ratings are suggestions at best.
Yeah.
Because the porn is just the middle of the aisles of normal anime and just kids walking through. Ooh, look, there's Goku and there's Sailor Moon nude. Just a bit of an exaggeration there, but it's a bit weird in that regard, to me at least.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things you can just pull off in anime. Like there's still anime and manga coming out that are like surprisingly racist. There's still but you don't even have to get into like sex, like
no,
factor
because
of it.
Sex, or at least most of it, is pretty normal in Japan, and violence to a certain degree too. But you can see that violence is often more censored out than racism or sexism, because that's something they know is wrong. But racism often goes under the radar because they're such a hermit country, and xenophobic to such a big degree that nobody cares.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, this is our status quo. We don't care about this. Just like sexism in, have you gotten that story from we covered that, I think, the Olympic Committee, that just got a dude fired because he was sexist, and the next dude was also sexist and got himself fired. Because these Japanese people are just, old Japanese men are just not used to having to tolerate women.
Hentai Oji-san.
Yes, pretty much. So that's just a very cultural thing.
Yeah. Like, there's explanation for why it is like that, but that's my point. That is something that is still permissible. That you can just... I'm no prude. I'm no prude at all. God knows. But
it's permissible by ignorance.
Yeah.
That's a bit of my issue.
But if he is, like, running on the basis that, like, anime and manga needs more freedom of expression, like, what more do you want?
Yeah, that. No, I think it's more of a rights thing.
Yeah, I hope it is what you say.
I hope, because what more can you do, indeed?
Slightly sadder news.
More sad news.
Yeah.
Gekiga manga creator. You're gonna take it.
Well, we have two announcements in regards to people that have passed away. Gekiga manga creator, Akira logo designer Hiroshi Hirata passes away, as well as the Dragon Ball Z narrator Yoji Yanami. But yeah.
There's not much to say there.
There's not much there to say. Hiroshi Hirata wrote a lot of very, very cool, stylish samurai manga.
Yeah.
Like, if you look through his body of work, it's all these super stylish, traditional samurai stories. Yoji Yanama was a voice actor who I know for playing, like, a lot of old people in shows. Like, he's in a surprisingly lot of anime.
I mean, he did Dr. Briefs and...
Yeah, Dr. Briefs. Yeah.
And King Kai in the Japanese version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he also plays some Old Man and Legends of Galactic Heroes. Like, characters that you usually don't, like, think too much about, but he's always there. And he was, like, the standard old man voice actor. They're passed away.
Unfortunate.
Let's see. Yanami was born August 31, 1931, and he passed away on December 3rd of this year. I don't believe a cause was shared for that.
No, I mean, he was just an old man at this case.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And Hiroshi Hirata passed away due to heart failure on December 11th. He was 84 years old.
Yeah, they're both well of age.
Yeah.
So it was to be expected, but still sad.
Yeah, we've reported a lot of deaths this year. Really sad.
Yeah,
Wow.
And it's not going to get better, probably.
No, we talked about that last time. Like, there's a lot of old masters in anime and manga. That's
yeah, I'm just waiting when it's kind of bad that I don't know her name. The voice actress of Goku.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean,
oh god, that would be fucking sad.
Yeah, she was old by the start of fucking Dragon Ball. I think she's 76 right now. I think something she is just up there in age at least.
All we can do is hope that these people stay with us for as long as possible.
Yes. That moving on then to Makoto Shinkai reveals new anime film Suzume no Tojimari.
Yeah, well, Makoto Shinkai is more of your field.
I guess. Yeah, that's your name, Weathering With You. Yeah, I still have to watch Weathering With You. It's been on my planning for a long time, but other things keep superseding it. Yeah, it's probably going to be about high school people being lovely and having drama and having a certain plot point about time or something.
Time and or distance.
It's going to be fucking beautiful, no doubt.
No doubt.
It's going to premiere in Japan in fall of 2022. So it's still ways away. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, I'm not interested in his work. I'm just, in general, not very interested in, like, high school romance drama.
Fair.
Weathering
With You is, I think, not that.
I watched, like, 30 minutes of Your Name, and I couldn't get into it. I know that is, like, heresy, but I just really couldn't get into it.
I mean, you have that quite often with the most random shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like once again, I'm not sure what the fucking name of it is. You're now here, then now and again.
Yeah, I just really hated the main character. I was like, well, I'm not gonna stick around because I fucking hate this dude.
Yeah, but I think it's his character is very based on the circumstances he's in, and he's just a shitty brat that's like 8 years old in Japan with his family owning a store. Yeah, he's well off, so he's going to be a shitty brat. And then he gets transported to the other world. Well, you can't be a shitty brat when you're dead. Is pretty much the take of the entire show. So
okay, that works.
Yeah. Moving on to the last bit of news, because I added absolutely fuck all this week.
Mm-hmm.
Anime Tourism 88 list adds Love Hina, Evangelion, Higurashi locations. So, from my understanding, these are just photo locations for tourists to get to lighten up shots from anime with the actual real-life inspiration of that shot.
Anime Tourism 88 is indeed like this tourism initiative, which has a website where they list like these locales for anime. Famous locales in anime that you could visit, or at least visit something that's parallel. Because like Misawa from Higurashi doesn't exist, but...
No, but many things... the village which is based on is a real thing.
Yeah.
So you could go there.
Yeah, now they've added... one of the things that I kind of don't like about this list is that it's very current. Like, if you go to their website...
I mean, you kind of has to if you want to make inspired shots.
True. I get what you're saying. And you do have things like... you have the Ube Yamaguchi, which appears in the Evangelion series.
Yeah.
But then it also has Misasa, which is in Urasaki-chan. And, like, Urasaki-chan is just so utterly...
contemporary.
Yeah. Right now, people care about it now, and like 2 seasons down the line, probably forgotten.
Yeah, it's a very seasonal thing, literally.
Yeah, another comparison, like, you got Joshi Chiba, which is in Amagami SS, which you have just recently reinforced. I should absolutely watch.
Yes.
And then you just have some shows that I've never even heard of.
And when you haven't heard of them, that's a sign.
Yeah.
Because I'm more of a basic bitch than you in regard to most anime. But I just, it's a thing. Hanamatsu Shizuoka is also Evangelion, but ook Eurocamp. Also Eurocamp.
Eurocamp is nice, though.
Yes, I fucking love Eurocamp.
Like,
give me more.
Yeah. You can visit the full website and see all the locales, but... yeah, that's going to be an expensive vacation if you're planning to go through all of them.
Oh, the Shinkansen is going to be expensive this year, boys.
I wish that it was more like the big anime locations from like major shows that have continued to be relevant for a long time. But like you say, I get why they kind of want to update it for modern current shows that are popular right now.
Well, I guess we're moving on to what has Battery been playing, because Casper has been playing fuck all, apparently.
Yeah. For context, we just mentioned it earlier, my laptop is in for repairs, and it has been lost in transit for a while, and then they had to pick it up, and then now it's actually at the repair center, which could take up to 3 weeks.
Yeah, and so he has been using my 6-year-old Surface Book. Yes. Venerable.
And you yelled at me for it. Just before recording, I legitimately did not notice that it defaulted to a resolution of like 3000 pixels.
Yeah,
everything.
I'm okay. This is just going to be for tech-savvy people. So this thing has a 940 MX, which is an ancient video card by the standard. Which is an ancient laptop by today's standards. And the processor is just a sad little dual-core processor that can turbo up to 2.8, I believe, gigahertz. But the resolution, on the other hand, is 3000 by 2000, which is about as much as a fucking 4K TV at this point. And this thing ain't stronger than a PS3. And you not knowing that, trying to make it push that many pixels, it's going to cry.
Yeah, I was trying to play Hearts of Iron on it, and I was like, why is Hearts of Iron so fucking slow? Oh, it must be because it's an old laptop. And then I eventually looked into the settings like just the other day, and it's like, wait, why does it say full screen at 3000 pixels?
Yeah, you really need to lower that fucking resolution down to at least half to make most games even a semblance of playable. But I've chosen a game for you in this challenge.
Yeah.
At the end of the podcast, that actually makes sense.
But besides Bloon and or Smite, have you been playing anything
Well, I
new?
just want to do one little gripe from Smite first.
Oh, go ahead.
Because the new god released recently, Atlas. And he is absolute shite. This is the worst god they've released in years. As in, he is not overpowered like most gods. He is actually fucking useless. His scaling is shit. His abilities are pretty fun. But when you can keep that in mind, he's just literally bullet fodder. He's kind of bad. Bloon's got an update. I'm still playing that on the daily challenges, so nothing changed there. I'm doing 2 new Vegas runs at this point. 2 anarchy runs, 1 sniper run, 1 unarmed run.
What is an anarchy run? Can you get
just vilifying every faction in the game except for Good Springs, pretty much. Because vilifying Good Springs just does nothing for you. But I'm vilifying every other faction in the game, pretty much. I have played Ghost Trick Phantom Detective on DS on recommendation from Robin, and I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't get into that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the problem is it's a mystery about a dude I don't care about. And if the mystery doesn't get you, there's nothing to play.
Mm-hmm.
And the early game is so fucking tutorialized and repetitive. It isn't fun at all. It's like, okay, here are the main things. Let me explain them to you. Okay, now let's do that in action. But now let me re-tutorialize this and do exactly as I say. Okay, fine. And after 3 hours, I just was kind of done with it. Although then I think I really like the style of the game, just the general art style. But everything is unskippable. The characters are not particularly interesting up till now, and I know it's going to get better further on, but I couldn't be arsed, honestly. Other than that, I have tried to play 14 Hours of Rage. It's a John Carmack game, alright? That game has about as much vision as me about a year back with my eye fucking strung out by my cat.
Yeah, that's always been the problem, right? The two Carmacks, the two Johns really needed each other.
Yeah, no, Rage is technically a beautiful game. Just the technical prowess of the game is impressive, but everything else, the storytelling, the repetitive natures of the shooting aspect, it's just fucking boring, man. It doesn't do anything. So, yeah, I'm 14 hours in. I think I'm literally 2 hours off the ending, but I can't be arsed. Every enemy is a bullet sponge at this point, and I'm playing on easy, mind you, and they just need fucking 3 shotgun shots to the chest to get down, and I need to do that for every enemy, and you get like 2 ammo back for every 3 you spend. It's not fun. It's just a boring tedium.
Yeah, that's a Carmack game, all right.
Yep. And Rolf told me like, yeah, but it's good. I want your opinion on the end. Yeah, I'll watch a fucking video then. Because I can't be arsed. It's just literally about a dude. Okay, comets are going to, or asteroids are going to hit the Earth. Time to get into shelters. You're in a shelter. Everything goes boom, boom, bye-bye. You get out of shelter. Try and find your way to do anything.
Yeah.
Because that's the first problem, I think. There's just no main idea of what you're supposed to do. It's just get out there and do the things that the game wants you to do. If there was an imperative from the beginning of the game, like, I don't fucking know, go to this location, do a fucking Shinzo, it would be more interesting. But it's literally just, you get out, everyone is dead. Oh no, there's a dude, get in his car. He's instantly your best buddy, by the way. No questions asked. And then you have this dastardly overlord, the syndicate that's behind everything. I really hate that storytelling, by the way, that there's always this big evil company.
Ooh.
Because that's also, I totally forgot to add that, the Cowboy Bebop adaptation had that. They just start like, oh, it's all the fault of the big evil companies. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's this story again? Again?
Raise the flag, you fellow communists.
Oh, I fucking hate that. Most adaptations do that, because Ghost in the Shell also does this, the Ghost in the Shell adaptation. It's just very frustrating. So yeah, those are the main games I've been playing. So I guess that moves us on to the game challenge.
Yeah, because you actually had something for me that I would be able to play.
Yes, definitely. But first, let's talk about the games we were supposed to play.
Oh, good point, yeah. I almost forget. Oh, because it's been so fucking long.
Well, I played John Woo's Stranglehold on your recommendation, on your order. Yeah, I played the PC version, the GOG version specifically. Literally the day after we recorded, I have beaten it twice.
Yep, it's a short game.
Hell yeah, it is. I was first like, well, I'll be a bitch and I'll play it on easy. And then I was like, well, I finished the game. I'll play it on hard-boiled just to see how unfair the game gets. Yeah, I beat that too the same day. The game doesn't really get that much harder on hard-boiled, honestly. Especially when you abuse the living shit out of the mechanics. Yeah, as I said, I think I put in a total of 9 hours. Yeah, 9 hours in total.
Yeah.
And the game it's mindless fun. It truly is. Just an issue I take with it in general. There's nothing to play for on a hard difficulty. You unlock nothing.
Yep.
There's literally nothing. One easy playthrough gets you enough points to get all the art and such. The only callback I really liked about it is that the highest difficulty is called hard-boiled. Because that's just...
That's in the movie.
Yeah, that's the movie. That it's which this is a sequel to, kind of.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I rewatched Hard-Boiled just for this game.
Oh, cool.
Because I already watched it with Bernard. I rewatched it. I still can't tell you what Hard-Boiled is about. I think it's just a boring drag of a movie. And that's no knock on John Woo. It's probably my fault. I just can't get into that movie. It's slow and it's not particularly interesting. It's just a Hong Kong police story about drugs. And I've seen 100 of those.
I was about to ask, just one drug?
Yes,
one?
The singular pill.
Oh.
And it's just so boring because there are a dime a dozen, but this was supposed to be the best one. But it's just among an ocean of cheese that I enjoy more. I enjoy the cheese. The bad Hong Kong movies that I really enjoy. So yeah, that's a bit sad, but I really like the game.
Yeah, I'm giving you 6 points for that because that is basically completion plus watching the movie. Yeah. Good job.
You, on the other hand, was challenged to Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yeah, I was really happy to finally play that.
Yeah.
I noticed that this copy too is not actually for sale.
Not for loose.
How many not for sale copies of this game do you have?
This was my fourth one, actually. But
I liked it. It kind of forces you to change up your usual muscle memory for Mario Kart because it's just so different. Like the boost at the beginning is different.
Yeah, it's the only one that actually does it at between 1 and start instead of when 2 begins to fade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also an issue for me because I only play Double Dash, and whenever I play another Mario Kart, I'm like, wait, what?
Huh? Why do I not go?
Most people cheese it because you can also rapidly tap it on the countdown and just get the boost.
Oh,
that's cheesing it.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It has some really great course design. It has the central gimmick with switching
characters and having 2 of them.
Yeah,
because I really I love the co-op. The co-op is lovely. Just that because one of you then races and the other one throws items / punches / drifts for you. So the mechanics are actually shared very nicely. You actually have to pay attention on both sides, which is lovely.
Yeah. And there's so many cool visual details. Like if 2 cars drive next to each other, they start punching at each other. Yeah. If you get hit by something, sometimes the rider in the back just falls off.
Starts hanging off of the end.
Has to pull himself back up. Yeah, that's it. It's impressive. Yeah. For a GameCube game, like, wow, there's so much detail in there.
And especially because I think it honestly looks better than Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah,
it honestly does. Because Mario Kart Wii just looks sterile. Just sterile and not very interesting. And this has so much character to it. especially with the amount of cards. The cards are all very detailed and very characteristic. But what have you done? Have you actually finished the whole game?
I finished all the cups in like the second, like 100cc, I think that is.
So you finished 3 cups.
No, I got the 4th one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you finished about 60.
Oh, no, wait. I finished the first 3 in 150.
Okay.
And then only 100cc for the last one.
Yeah, and then you still have All Cup Tour and the Mirror Cup Tour.
Yeah.
Which you haven't done. So you actually didn't beat the game. Technically.
Technically. Ooh, that's getting into very big techniques. But I've seen all the courses. I've done a lot of things.
Fair enough. Now, for actually unlocking all the things, you need to do them on 50, 100, and 150cc.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually not that long. I think you can do that in like 4 hours-ish.
If you're good at games. Which I
You're good at games.
Which I am definitely not.
Yeah, I gave you a cheese tactic, though. Just be a monkey.
Monkey.
Just be monkey and fucking Koopa Trooper.
Yeah.
Because you can get you have specials.
Yeah. Another thing that's very special for this game. Yeah.
Yes, you have special items that are specific to characters, and excuse me, the Kongs have a giant banana, but that one isn't. Most items are scaled by which place you are in, so how often you get them. But the banana is just as you can get the. You can get that literally in first place all the time. So you just drop this giant fucking banana in the middle of the track on 150cc and the AI just fucking zonks out, gets hit all the time. So you can easily get the first place on 150cc. That's my tactic.
I do have to admit
anyway.
that since you've given me that tactic in Germany, I've not played the game anymore. So
No,
that's why I haven't
expect
been able
it.
to deploy it.
I didn't expect so.
Yeah, I really liked it.
It's a lovely game.
Good chance that this is also one of my favorite Mario Karts. I'll definitely revisit it a few times, that's for sure.
Just to get it into a ranking, because Super Mario Kart is just the first one, it's kind of jank.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 64 is actually fucking 8. Because
I like it enough, but yeah.
Yeah, but try playing that fucker on 150cc. You can't beat it.
No, it's
the AI literally cheats.
It's too dated. It's too cheap in that regard. It has pop in for fucking days.
Yeah, and that's the part of the issue. The AI can accelerate infinitely as long as the camera doesn't see it. So they cheese the fuck out of you
Yeah,
with
if you
that.
look at the minimap, you see some very interesting things.
Suddenly they're next to you from 8th place. What the fuck happened there? Yeah, Mario Kart Double Dash is my favorite. Wii is too sterile, I think. Everything after Wii is, I think, is just gradation better.
Yeah.
Mario Kart DS is amazing. But everything after that, it's just a ladder.
Yeah.
It's okay, but it's not amazing.
Yeah, it just keeps getting bigger and...
yeah, not better.
That is worthwhile. That's worthwhile.
Oh,
so
yes.
Content is nice.
But there isn't any more fun gimmicks after
No,
that. The water, I don't care about it. It just makes you floatier. The gravity, it just makes you floatier. And the stage design gets more fun, I guess.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing changes. And the flying in Mario Kart 7 is fine.
8 is probably my favorite.
8 Deluxe, yeah.
But that is purely out of content considerations.
Yeah, same-ish. I still just have a sick love for Mario Kart Double Dash. I still play that at least twice a year.
Yeah, Double Dash is definitely the follow-up for me.
Yeah. So, what are you going to give me?
Okay.
Deep thoughts, because he wasn't expecting it.
No. I was expecting it. Do you want a game you actually own, or do you...
Well,
a game you actually own, but you may be disappointed by having to play it, versus a game you don't own to my knowledge, but that you can definitely borrow from me.
Oh, Christ. Which I can borrow from you, which means it's a physical game, which means it's probably PS2 related.
I could get you a digital copy on Steam.
Christ, what do I want? Just give me the bad game.
Secret of Monkey Island on the PS2.
Oh, fuck me.
At least it's not long. If you use a fucking guide, you'll be through it soon.
Yeah,
I'm kicking you, sorry.
That's the exact point of that game. You need a guide because everything is bullshit.
Stretch.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright, but you've teased me long enough, bad boy. What do you have for me?
What's your favorite game?
Reciteer.
Chantilly's.
Valid. Nice.
I was looking at your list and I was like, you love Reciteer, but you haven't completed Chantilly's. Well, a fucking potato can run this game, so I'm giving that to you.
Thank you. I'll definitely play that. I forgot I own Chantilly's, actually. But I have the Fulgur bundle, so I don't know how I could forget.
Fair enough.
And then we have, as an extra...
Oh, no.
We have Hentai Challenge.
Oh my, you give me and moi some hentai?
Oh, last time you recommended me Gakuen something XXX of the Dead.
XX of the Dead. Can't have that third one there.
No. Which was like, yeah, that was pretty zombie apocalypse-y, but with tentacle zombies.
Yeah, it was.
Solid animation. A little bit edgelordy in the story, but
yes!
What do I fucking expect?
It's hentai.
You also recommended me Beat Angel Escalator, which I also watched and which I actually posted a review of.
Yeah, that one actually kind of has a story.
Yeah, that actually has an attempt at a story. I'm actually interested in maybe getting the visual novel from Manga Gamer.
Oh my.
Because I want to know more about this fucking weird-ass world and ID.
Fair enough.
You also recommended me Stringendo because you went kind of overboard. I'm saving that for February when I'm gonna do like...
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the scope you wanted. So I just gave, I think, 4 good ones.
Yeah, just one would have sufficed. And on that note, do you want old and comedic? Or do you want new but slightly gay?
Oh, this sounds horrible. Both ends.
It is not entirely gay, but slightly.
Slightly gay. Oh, give me the old stuff.
Space Battleship Aga Router.
Okay, let's see. Space Battleship. What the fuck now?
Aga Router.
Okay, you gotta spell that for me.
Aggaruter. It has a few different spellings, but...
I'll find it this way. It's probably on the server, knowing you.
I don't remember.
Fair enough. Yeah, Microsoft Word is throwing a hissy fit at me.
Yes.
This ain't a word and there's nothing close to it. The fuck are you trying to do?
These are not words. What are you talking about?
These are not words I'm familiar with.
Well, you have averted the gay today.
No, you're here.
Tch.
Tch.
And I'll stay here for a while yet.
Oh, shit. Well, time for a touchy topic, I presume.
You don't have one for me?
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. That's why I asked in the document for moi.
Ah.
But
I thought there was like a challenge. I interpreted that as a challenge. Like, you recommend me something? Boy, I've seen it all.
Let's see. From the top of my head. That's going to be fun.
We can do touchy topic and maybe something comes up for you.
I mean, I can give you the most defaulty ass bitch answer. But you probably already watched Bible Black.
No, I haven't actually.
Bible Black it is.
Bible Black it is.
I
heard the dub is very fun for that.
Also, if you want to torture yourself fully, just watch it chronologically. Because that doesn't make any fucking sense. Because, like, the 4th series is the first one chronologically, I think. It's a shit show. You're going to enjoy it. So,
so touchy topic this time.
Yes, because we actually actively avoid it most of the time at this point. I think we avoided it 2 times.
I just get hungry, man.
Fair. Okay, touchy topic. Acclaimed series that we hate.
Hate.
With all caps.
All caps. The only way to do it proper.
Yeah, and bold, of course. It needs to be bold.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, we've already kind of ranted about Ghibli.
Ghibli?
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, Ghibli in general.
Are distinctly not fans of that. But are there other series that you feel like...
Okay, most of mine are kind of cop-outs because I kind of have to watch them to know what I think of them. And most of them, if I really hate them, I'll just drop them. and I don't think that an opinion is valid if you drop it. That's just me, though. So
fair.
I'm the weird one in that regard. Steins Gate. I can't fucking stand Steins Gate. Yeah, I tried. Instantly contrary to my own opinion, I haven't finished it, but I fucking tried. I've watched that shit 5 separate times, and I just can't get past the stupid fucking jelly banana stuff. We're going to save the world from utter annihilation with time-traveling jelly bananas from a microwave.
So that's where you draw the line.
I mean, I know it's about the stupid campiness, but it's, once again, it has this serious overtone, but throwing this campy shit in it, and I can't handle that contrast. And as such, I have dropped it 5 separate times.
Well, you have tried it 5 times, so that is impressive.
Because everyone keeps saying it's such a good show, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure
I like it.
Yeah, as I said, I'm pretty sure it is, but I just can't stand the disconnect. Well, I have in total 5 shows, so I'll give you the spotlight for show number 2 or 1 for you.
Yeah, if I have to name the first one that comes to mind for me, maybe you have overlapped there. For me would be pretty much anything type Moon. Like Fate Stay Night.
I like Fate Zero, though.
Lunar Princess, something. Tsukihime. That's what it's called. Garden of Sinners. Garden of Kyokai.
Yeah, I fucking love that one. Because I told you I was watching that, and you were like, so you're watching Fate. Wait, what the fuck now? Yeah, that's Fate. Oh, no.
Like, the most I tolerate from them is Carnival Phantasm's opening. That is, like, the pinnacle of what I can tolerate. But the storytelling is, like, overly complex just to be fancy. I really don't care for their, like, very surface-level takes on history.
And the fucking characters that look like their eyes want to point everywhere, but except forward.
Yeah, I can't even make it look good in the fucking pictures that they put out for promo.
Yeah, no,
I was very disappointed there.
Yeah, I don't like most Fate stuff, but Fate Zero is fucking good. And Unlimited Blade Works is pretty fucking good. Both ufotable stuff. I'm not sure about Heaven's Feel and such, the new films, because I haven't watched them. But I have tried Fate Stay Night. That was just fucking shit.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Why do you think it's dumped at your place now?
Is it dumped?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I gave you that a few podcasts ago.
Christ, I already forgot. Yeah, no, I agree to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. But as I said, I fucking love Zero. Zero is just dumb, fun action.
Fair.
Second, Fruits Basket.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah. Perhaps a bit unfounded. I just thought it was boring.
Yeah, what's Fruit Basket actually about? Because I know it by name, but I don't know what it actually is.
This chick lives in the fucking forest because dumb reasons.
Alright.
Her mother is out of country or whatever. Her father is dead or whatever. Or her mother is also... I'm not entirely sure anymore. She lives in the forest because she don't have no money.
Okay.
Then she finds this pretty boy.
Pretty boy.
And pretty boy is like, okay, well, whatever, you can live at our house and do the dishes, I suppose. That's pretty much literally what he said. But they're part of the zodiac signs, and there are 13 of them, I guess. When they get into physical contact with humans, they transform into their animal.
Okay.
And that's supposed to be the comedy. And then you have the whole love interest part. So, yeah, they're in school and she accidentally touches him and he turns into a weasel, I think. Something along those lines.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and then after a few minutes he transforms back and nothing actually happens. And then they have the other dude, which is the rival of the weasel, I guess, the rat. And he's just this standard loudmouth, annoying asshat. And she's just converting him along the show into a not asshat.
Okay.
But that's not interesting to me.
Yeah, you're explaining it to me and I'm just having physical question marks appear above my head because I'm like, wait, what's the core appeal? What are we doing here?
Yeah, no, I'm sure I'm probably missing something because lots of people love the show. I just can't stand it. It's so boring and drawn out. Although I have to say, I'm talking about the original. I'm not talking about that new age shit. I just think it's funny that it's one of those shows where the dub is or the opening song is actually dubbed. So that's
interesting.
That's a merit, I suppose, but
that's stretching it for a merit.
Yeah, it's so boring. Nothing happens.
Coming from me, Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle. Also, by extension, XXX Holic.
Yeah, Clamp's stuff, right?
Just a latter day Clamp series that tried to make this whole crossover universe.
You've tried to explain it to me, and I was just like, yeah, this sounds fucking convoluted as fuck.
Yeah, like Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle is just this fucking mess of a story where they try to have this world-hopping story, like an alternate universe version of Sakura from Cardcaptor Sakura. Has her memories erased, and a group of people is brought together, and they're gonna go travel between the worlds, and they're gonna get her memories back together.
Okay, the way you're saying this makes me think an awful lot of fucking Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Kinda.
This is literally Chain of Memories.
Yeah, it just starts off and it's so utterly disinteresting because the characters are so ridiculously good at everything. So there's not really that much tension, and like none of the worlds that they visit ever gets enough build up to be really interesting. And a lot of them just haphazardly steal influences from prior Clamp works that just get fucking pushed in there.
Yeah, that sounds pretty horrid.
Like one guy just one of the main characters just has like Chi from Chobits, like an alternate universe version of her worked into his backstory that he leaves behind. Like, it's so desperate to have so many references to bring this whole Clamp universe together, and none of it works because none of it has the emotional connections that you have to them in their actual individual stories.
No, I was about to say, because we have watched a movie from Clamp, I want not X or something.
Yeah, we fucking hell, we watched fucking X 1999.
Yeah, I think that's the prime example of what's wrong with Clamp stuff, because all of the characters are so intimately uninteresting.
Yeah.
It's just about, we can make pretty drawings and a pretty world, but we can't fucking tell a story.
Yeah, and it works when they try to keep it like small, like have very sweet characters, very cutesy storylines. That works, but now it's, especially with X and XXX Holic and Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle, they try to be this edgy, dark universe with action and violence. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't give a shit. Like, oh, wow, X 1999 is legitimately one of the most boring films that we watched.
Yeah.
Ever.
The next one for me would be Monogatari. Specifically later bits.
Fair.
Because that show started on the fucking tippy top of a mountain and it just tumbled the fuck down to the core of the earth.
I believe you started losing interest around
second season, Owari.
Yeah, Monogatari second series.
I mean, I really like the openings there because they go for this abstract drawing style and with the German opening.
Yeah.
I like that stuff, but the storytelling just gets so stupid. The characters are not interesting and they just get worse. I mean, I don't even know which series it is anymore because I watch chronologically. The worst decision of my life, by the way. You have this story about where they go to the future, where the fucking world turned into zombies because of Shinobu.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite storyline.
I mean, that was pretty... It was fun as an idea, but the execution was so weird, and it almost felt like an intermissionary part from Digimon. It just surrounded... The story was surrounded by positive stuff, and then you have this specific part in this specific storyline where just everything went, well, time to give you depression. That's literally the intermission of Digimon when the first villain dies. Oh yeah, now you get sent back to the real world, but nobody can see you, and you experience just depression, and everything is fucking gray and drab. That's how I experienced that part of the story. And just, it gets so convoluted and nothing makes sense. And there's no higher goal or whatever that they're working towards. So it's just a story for a story's sake, which can be fine.
I disagree with you.
I mean, what goal is there, honestly?
The self-actualization of the characters. All the stories, especially in second series, are the stories of these characters finally clicking into place. Like, the first season is very much about little goals, like Kumbaru with the Monkey Spa storyline. And second season and its attachments are really about these characters coming into their own, even without the influence of Arararararararagi. Ish.
Yeah, but most of these stories get told, but then they keep on going. Because you have the love story between, what the fuck is her name, Hitagi?
Yeah,
I think
right.
so. And her first name, whatever the fuck that was. That was long. Yeah, the fucking long ass dumb name.
Crap.
But their love story gets somewhere, and then it just fizzles out. It just, you get that relation between them, that it's kind of cold and weird, but that's the point of their relation, and it stays there. It doesn't evolve further than that. And I know that's kind of the point, but it's still weird and off-putting when you just see them. You have this whole moment where they get together and they explain all this to each other, and it still stays that way, and they're still fucking weird.
Yep, they're fucking weird. I like Hitagi in the ways that you see her.
Senjo Gahara, that was a fucking name.
I like her because there's these little fragments where you notice that she gets super fucking defensive about Araragi.
Yes.
Like, she's always so cold and mean to him. And what you said, that's the point. But then when she suspected somebody else is coming for him, she just locks him up, just completely chains him up. You're not going on adventures.
No.
You'll die.
No, as I said, I like most of the characters, but most of the development feels a bit senseless the later on you get.
Yeah, I do agree that some of the storylines kind of get but also especially like Zoku Owada Monogatari, that is just completely, that's just pandering, keeping it going.
Yeah. Have you, do you have more?
I do. I literally got fucking raided on my website for this. Bunny Girl Senpai.
It's trash. We agree.
Yeah.
Fuck that trash.
No, I posted my review and I was just completely underwhelmed. Like, the characters are not that interesting. The mysteries are very basic.
Yeah, my general explanation for the series is, it's Haruhi, but you dial it back to about 50%.
Yeah, everything is very muted. All the characters try to be constantly self-deprecatingly funny, which is only fun when we do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I posted my review, and people immediately posted that on the Bunny Girl subreddit. Bunny Girl Senpai subreddit, I should say.
Yeah.
Those guys got very fucking angry with me.
Well, ain't that sad?
So I had to call the moderation on them. And they eventually deleted the post. But yeah, I just completely underwhelmed. And like, one of the things that stuck out to me was one character accusing me that I hadn't watched the series because I was naming characters that were just uninteresting, and he said those characters don't even exist. I was like, wait, I'm not completely fucking retarded, am I? I looked it up, and no, they were just literally side characters from the story.
Yeah.
That he probably just fucking forgot about himself.
Fair enough. No, it's just the entire plot of the show doesn't carry any interesting vibes because it's about the puberty disease, and it's literally as varied as, well, Corona at this point. There are 40 fucking variants, and nothing stays the same between them. And okay. So the point is, it attacks insecurities about who you are.
Yeah.
And so Mai just turns invisible, I guess, for everyone, except main character Kun, who jumps out of a window for her and just starts screaming in his underpants. I mean, it was kinda funny in that regard.
Yeah, that was the one story that I was kind of like, okay, this is kind of funny. I wonder where they're going with this.
If I like anything about the show, it's the main character, because he's just unabashedly a fucking slacker. Literally in the first episode of the train. Did you learn for the essay? What now? Nah, they couldn't be arsed. I wanted to sleep. Okay, I like you. I can relate to that. That's actually pretty funny. But he also gets heroically attached to people for no reason. He just gets overly attached for what kind of person he is.
Okay, let me try this. Close your ears if you don't want spoilers. This is not even that big of a spoiler. Close your ears, kind of. Like, you have this one scene, like, towards the end, where his sister gets hospitalized. And like, oh yeah, this is perfectly normal, and gotta take care of this, it'll be fine. And he just walks out the door, just... starts running through the entire hospital, screaming. Like, that was the point. I was done with the story. That was such a cheap melodrama, completely overacted.
Yeah. I just couldn't get into that show very much. It's just so meh. Well, moving on, I suppose. This is going to be controversial for coming out of my mouth.
That's what I was angling for, so go ahead.
Tegen Toppagoen Lagan. But the show, not the movies. Fuck the show.
Clarify thyself.
Okay. I watched the show first because the movies weren't out at that point.
Yeah.
But after the movies were released, both of them, the movies are better in every single fucking regard. It doesn't have the stupid filler. It's better animated. All the stupid points that are unclear in the original series are entirely cut out. It's just a far superior version. And the original is, especially going back to it, not interesting to watch. It has the high points, but it takes too long to get there. And when there's the melodrama, it stays too long in it. I mean, the Simon Depression arc is, I believe, 4 or 5 episodes. It just gets so grating. Just watching that in the original show. And I even did a thought experiment with this one, because Brian just watched the movies with me, and I specifically told him not to watch the show because it's shite. And I know Brian pretty well, so he watched the fucking show just to prove me wrong, just to come back to me to say, yeah, the show's fucking AIDS in comparison. I regret watching the show after I watched the movies.
That is pretty impressive. And we watched the movies together as well.
Yeah, because I just generally think that the movies are actually... masterpieces are just a bit over the top, but I have this insane love for the show.
Over the top is pretty on brand, though.
Yeah, it is over the top, but saying that the actual movies are masterpieces is a bit over the top. Yeah. They're good, they're amazing, fun stories, but they can't hold a candle storytelling-wise to actually good shows, but it's so trigger. I mean, it's Gainax by this point, but it's so
Gainax, yeah.
It's so impressively trigger. That it's fun, but it's the my default to comparing new Trigger shows to. Just, is it as good or better than Tengen Toppa? Probably not.
Yeah, sometimes you do have shows that would really benefit from like a good editor.
Yeah.
I have seen a few movies that are like the compilation movies for series, and a lot of them don't really do a good job.
No.
Like the compilation movies for Madoka Magica have exactly one extra scene, and the rest is just kind of very awkwardly edited. And the things that it cuts out are things that are like, well, that would have been beneficial to keep in. So it's about as long as the actual fucking series.
Yeah.
But it's missing things, so you might as well just watch the goddamn
show. Yeah.
Watch the whole anime.
Fair.
So I've seen a lot of bad summarization movies, but good to know that sometimes it's...
Some are very good.
I still need to watch the summary movie for Made in Abyss. When I get around to the second season.
Yeah, same. And then I have one final one.
I have one as well, which is Shakugan no Shana, which does not have an English name, so I'll deal with it.
Well, it does have an English name, you dumbass.
Not an official one, I believe. Like,
I
just
believe
loosely
so.
translated.
No. It actually gets, or at least TVDB calls it Burning Eyed Shana.
Huh. I've never seen it actually referred to it like that, but I'll fine. Burning Eyed Shana. I'll call it like this for the rest of my life.
Oh Christ, what have I done?
No. Very, yeah. that came to me like when I was already kind of down on urban fantasy, but it's such a bad fucking take on it. It takes like 3 episodes just to explain its entire, like, oh, we got a very unique magic system. Just gonna explain all the standard rules. Like when I mentioned Kekai Sensen, the plot, you were like, oh, it's like this, this organization, like this organization. Well, fucking Shana has that as well. But everything is over-explained, too complicated, and at the same time just not interesting at all.
Yeah.
And then you get the actual action scenes, and the action scenes are so fucking weak.
Well, I have rose-tinted glasses, so I'm just in the wrong in general here, because I've watched that shit when I was an edgy teenager.
Yeah, that
so
fits.
It was fun for me back then, but I can certainly agree on one point. Season 4 or Season 3 is utter shite. Because you haven't watched that far, I believe.
No, I only watched Season 1, and we were totally done with it.
You have seen the main character then, and how he acted. He's a fucking puppy.
Yeah, he's just fucking milquetoast. He doesn't do fucking anything.
No. Okay, Season 3 starts. You know what he does? He turns fucking goat. He goes to the fucking evil side, and that only gets explained in like the last few episodes, and the reasoning ain't even good. It's so stupid. That's literally the only anime which I've watched for years, where I watched the new season, literally 20 seconds, and I was like, nah, I'm watching this. This is dumb. This is bullshit. This has no good reason. Fuck off.
Like one of the things that bothers me about it is that like the whole plot is like, oh, there's this very deep and important secret that all people have candles, and if they go out, they're gone. They just vanish. But we're keeping them around for just a little bit, so they phase out gradually. Like the whole story is a big mystery. It's super important, and only these flame keepers, I forgot what the official name is, know about it. Don't tell anyone.
It literally tells everyone.
Shana tells the main character. At one point, one of the random villains randomly recruits 2 of his classmates, and also tells them the entire lore of the world. A random new character gets introduced at one point and tells one of the 2 love interests everything, and also involves her.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. I should rewatch the show and just have my opinion utterly obliterated about it, but I'm kind of putting it off because I like where my memory's at.
Yeah, I agree. Like, sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Yes.
Let's just fucking enjoy it.
My last one is JoJo Part 5. I fucking hate Part 5, man.
You have clarified this extensively. I was so certain that you were going to say Sword Art Online.
Oh, no. I don't even think that's an acclaimed show. I think it's the meme that everybody loves it. I think nobody actually loves that show. I legitimately don't think anyone actually likes that show unless you're a cringe lord.
I think there's still some devotees that are like, no, seriously.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, cringe lords. I think if you actually like Sword Art Online, you have some mental issues to take care of.
You heard it here first, people. Get yourself checked.
Yes. Sword Art Online, I'm not even going to spill words. I'm not going to spill words on that one.
But JoJo Part 5, again, you mentioned it at the beginning of the podcast.
Yes, it's so incredibly out of touch and too whack for its own good.
It had a different director, you mentioned, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was also director on the first 3 parts, so they have 2 directors, one head director and one director of story, I believe.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. But there are multiple directors, and he was in charge for this season. And, okay, in short, it's about the half-son of Dio Brando wanting to be a gangster, I suppose. But he is about as interesting as Milquetoast. He gets, it's almost like he didn't expect to be the main character of his own show. That's how he acts in the first few episodes. Like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to do things? I'm a character? Oh, shit. And then they get drawn into this gangster story about the mafia, but it's not interesting at all. And then you get the stands, and the stands are even more ridiculous in this season. I mean, by the end of it, I'm just going to spoil it because I don't care. And if you care, you better turn off right now. His power is literally, I cannot be harmed.
This doesn't work.
No. His power at the end of the show is literally, I cannot be harmed. If his stand perceives any injury towards his user, he'll stop it before the user is aware of it. Anything. An earthquake, he'll stop it. The fucking earth getting blown up, he'll stop it. CO2 filling the air because we are fucking abusing the earth, he'll stop it.
Oh, brilliant. That's useful.
It's dumb bullshit.
It is.
It's such a stupid stand ability. It's so annoying. The villain is wholly uninteresting. It's just, it gets too ridiculous too fast, and the story is not interesting and doesn't have any... Because most of the JoJo... the first 3 parts is just a vendetta, but that's interesting, because you know all the set pieces. There's a certain dude we need to stop. Okay, pretty easy, I can live with that. Part 4 has this mystery, a literal good mystery.
Okay.
About a killer, and they need to find this killer. ... Get a story.
Yeah.
And it's very nicely done. All the characters are very likable, and if they're not likable... I mean, you have Okuyasu in Season 4, who has a literal piece of Dio's power, and Dio's power is just to stop all time in the world, while he can move on. Okuyasu is too dumb to perceive his own power and the use of it. He can literally remove matter between him and whatever he looks at. As in, he just swipes at air, it is gone. Whatever he swipes at gets to him, because all the distance between it is smushed. It's not there anymore. And he's too dumb to actually use it. So his literal first scene is like, yeah, I'm not smart enough to understand who of you is the villain, so I'm gonna beat you both up. I fucking love him. But in Season 5, there's no likable character, and then you get the fucking psycho dance you no doubt have seen at some point. They are on the fucking ship and they're torturing a dude by dancing on him. It's so dumb. And it's so LSD-induced. And then you have Season 6, which also has a good story. Season 5 falls out of the boat by a long shot for me. Story-wise, it's not interesting. I don't care for the characters. It's just meh.
Yeah. But yeah, that was us shattering our credibility.
Yes. Definitely.
And upsetting quite a few people. But I think it's about time to wrap it up.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you again for joining us. This was the Main Protagonist podcast. Still Casper.
Still Patry.
Still Patry with his annoying attack patterns.
Ha ha ha! 3/4 note, baby!
Woo!
Well, see you next time.
Next time. Goodbye.